I got for selling me clothes, open for selling me blanket. If ever I list for the soldier again, devil shall be me sergeant.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, just want to say, well, a quick thank you to Mike Smith, our resident electrician. It goes back to Camp Shaky, which, you know, the taller part of the Vikings. I can't just give him a jacket or something sometime before or whatever. Anyway, so he's come up and he's given us like a larger battery and a smaller battery, and you know, sort of to use. And but in short, Mike Smith, obviously, he took the battery because he's our resident electrician. I had a bad experience when I was in the army with two 12-volt batteries. I'll not go into now, but it was one of the most scariest experiences of my life, and that's it. I think the lads found out last night. Caught me at a weak moment because I don't normally tell people about that. Oh, I think Mr. Ball is going to join us. But ladies and gents, a little while after Mike Smith messaged me, I want to come down and just drop something off for you to take the weed out. I was like, kind of a bit fathomed anyway, so he did, bless him. He even dropped it off at my house. And what we're going to see here, ladies and gentlemen, is like it's plastic, but it's just like an ammunition box. Totally weatherproof, waterproof and all that type of stuff. And it's got a locking clip here. Okay, and it flips over in the same way. Now I'm just going to make sure you're in shot again. So I've moved that. But what we can see there, and it looks like something out of the, you know, the console or cockpit of a, you know, a jet fighter and so forth. But in all honesty, I'll take you around the thingy bobs. There's the on-off switch for the lights. The voltage charger tells you how many volts you've got left in the battery, which is stored inside, and the charger, obviously, it's got the on-off stuff for that. Okay, so I've turned everything off again. Here we've got to see two different USB leads, a 1.8 amp and a 2.1 amp. I'm just going to confess I know exactly what they mean there, because I'm not an electric man, as I say. Anything more than vibrator batteries, changing them, I just I get a little man in. And as we see there, there's a car adapter again. So Mike Smith has kind of built this, and when you look at it, even like Gary and Big Martin went, you're joking, he's built that. No, he has, yeah. This used to be a piece of plastic from a, you know, a model shop and that. So when I do that, ladies and gents, and I take it out, you can see all the innards of it. But inside there, what we have, and this is the cable, so he's giving you a bit of reach there, in fact a goodly bit of reach. Two strip lights. And as we can see, even in the daytime, they throw out a huge amount of light, and that was more than enough. I don't mean like illuminate everything like a searchlight, more than enough just to intimate lighting for our little campfire area. And inside of the tent, blimey, you've got to be having a laugh, missus. So there's the strip lights on there, and they'll go for like 12 to 13 hours on one charge. But inside, all I've done and all I've needed to do, because it's got every type of connector that you'd want on the outside, Mike's put on there for me, is my phone charging leads. The lead to charge this up from the mains where needed. It's got so many variations on how you can charge it up. The only thing I needed to add to this, Mike was bless him, is my phone charging lead, my camera leads, and it's all stored down there. And there we see that's the smaller the battery, and obviously Mike's going to do the same with the bigger battery, but that's just going to be kind of like a centralised one, you know, for when we have the big meets and that. But ladies and gents, I will put them back in there. Everything does fit in there. Again, I can tidy it away a bit more than that, and that fits on there. But that is the dog's absolute dog what's it, ladies and gents. So thank there for Mike Smith. Little idea for you if anybody's good with electrics. You know what he's done with a battery, and I say it's ultimately portable. I mean, that's weatherproof. You can float that down the river. And again, I'll just give that to Gary. I think he's done a little bit on this film. That probably weighs about as much as a litre of water. So I could put it on there and it's 1.2 kilograms or whatever, you know what I mean? That weighs about as, and certainly that always just slips in the top of Bergen. But, well, sort of, certainly those that know of him as well, when Mike Smith does something, he does it properly. What he's also given me, or shot to me as he says, he don't like the word give, is a solar power panel. It's got the leads, so I could stick that out in there in the sun, and that would happily charge and recharge. And you know, I'll give this a test, you know, in my garden, and you know, as Mike says, that will get the job done, and it does, because I've charged it, you know, up for what I used a night at Edel. I charged it up the next day. As we know, it was really sunny days, but blimey, what a cracking little bit of kit. So on that, Mike, well, You're a legend, Mike, and thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. Not only is that going to get a lot of use, I've used it every single time since I got it, mate, and especially up at Edale. I do remember we had a bit of bad weather one night, and I woke up, slunk, and all I had to do was reach over, hit one switch, boof, light comes on. So if I can find that bit of film, because I didn't do much filming at Edale, I don't know what, it was just meet and greet people and all that type of stuff, and I don't like flinging my camera in people's faces either. But I got a little bit of film, as I remember, when it was really windy, because it's unusual for anything to wake me up, so it shows you how windy it was. I think I just grabbed a little bit of film there, so if I can find it, I will put it in now. And again, ladies and gents, Mike Smith, thank you very much, mate. You are a diamond geezer, no less, sir. Thank you very much.